In the world of cold steel value, cold steel confuses the ever-loving mess out of me, man. You know, like, they can take a 80-10 with G10 scales and S35VN steel and market it at 125 all day long. And that makes sense. It's a good knife for a good value. But you go just a little bit bigger to like a 4 max. You want G10 scales, they price it at $4.99. Now, it can be found for cheaper. It can be found for $3.99 sometimes, and sometimes there's a factory second for $2.49. But it's not twice the knife. So it's interesting when you find a cold steel that's, I mean, like cold steel is supposed to be one of those brands that's considered to be high value, you know, and to me it is. But sometimes their knives like really like punch above their weight class, and today is one of those knives. The cold steel Code 4, man, this knife, I've been using it. We really didn't do an unboxing of this knife. It's got a very thin profile, Triad lock. It's got some of the smoothest action I've ever had on a cold steel. Nice weight. Comes in around 4 ounces. Whether you get the Tanto point or the spear or the clip point, you're getting a good knife. You know, I mean, with the 6061 aluminum handles and S35VN steel, 3.5-inch blade. It's just all around. It seems like a really good value. Much like the 8010. I mean, I'm sorry, 8015. Well, 8010 as well. But you get a lot of knife for the price of an 8015. And you get a lot of knife for the price of the Code 4. I gave $90 for this. Code still has it marked at $149. But
Blade HQ has it right now at $112.
Yeah. They're and sometimes they can be found on sale for like $70. And if you can find one for $70, I think it's a really good deal. I do prefer a more robust knife than the profile offers, but it feels really good.
That's one of the things that I like best about this one. The fact that it's a larger length of a knife, but they don't feel the need to make it completely bulky and uncomfortable.
Right.
Smaller hands.
And really, it's just noticing the profile's thin until you get it in hand, and it just kind of finds a way into your grip. And there's no, you know, like when I'm using it, and I have used this knife. We went out to the woods earlier. It's been in the woods with me twice now. You know, I've used it at work a little bit. There's just this knife is just it's a really comfortable knife to use, and I don't think about the weight. I don't think about the profile, the thin profile. I don't think about anything while I'm using it. I'm just using a knife. But you know, like while you're looking at specs and stuff, it might be a deterrent if you like thicker knives. But to me, it's just a great value knife. I mean, all together, it's what we got here.
Yeah, the handle thickness is only 0.35 inches, so not even a half an inch.
Not even a half an inch. I got a 3.5-inch blade, overall 8.5. CPM S35VN, weight 4.3, blade thickness 3.55. I believe that's going to translate to about 0.12. Let's see though.
It's 0.13.
Is it 0.13?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Right here. And for whatever reason, they call this gray.
It does look more OD green to me.
Yeah.
That's what you mentioned earlier as well, right?
It definitely looks green to me.
You can be the judge of that. But, I mean, I can see the gray, but it's like it's got a green undertone or something like that.
It looks almost olive.
Yeah.
To me.
I'm with you on that. I wouldn't have any disagreements with that.
I was trying out this lock These things are hard for me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
See? Yeah, I mean, you really gotta be careful. Can't do it with a thumb. And this is one of the easiest Triad locks I've ever had to push down, but she's struggling with it. But like, what she did there is exactly what I did with the Formax Scout the day that I got it. It was so stiff that I pushed my finger, I pulled my finger back here and let it drop. And when that blade guillotine, it just, it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but this is what in terms of Triad locks, that is the easiest Triad lock I've manipulated so far.
I think with me, the Triad locks, you push it so far, it's kind of like a trigger with a long pull.
Yeah, like a Taurus.
Yeah,
something
it's
like
like
that. Yeah.
you pushed it in, you think it should be going off, and it's just not.
I get it. I relate. I mean, we're personally, we've been kind of spoiled to a lot of different mechanisms that are just extremely easy to operate.
Yeah.
And like the compression lock with the Spyderco and stuff like that. And I definitely get it. This is the PM2, so like just for size comparison, why does that blade look so dirty?
Probably been used.
I don't think I used it. Yeah, I did. I used it. I used it to open some boxes. So it's almost identical in length to the PM2, which is I haven't even paid attention to that, to be honest. This is the first time I'm seeing, and that color is considered to be an OD green.
Yeah, and they look almost identical. Just one's shiny and the other's not.
I can't get over the materials that you get with this knife at the price point. I really can't. I mean, for other brands, it's pretty spot on. 0.35, like you said.
Yeah, because I'm smart.
And 0.45 on the PM2. So it's a little thinner than the PM2.
Be a lot thinner than the 8015.
And just a little bit longer. Yeah, and we don't have the code. We don't have the Formax here.
No,
I've got a lot of stuff.
Mailed out.
Yeah, we got a lot. I've got a few. We got a few things on loan right now.
Well, that one's not mailed out. It's here in town, but
yeah. Corey's got it still.
There's the rat too, or the rat one.
Well, we got a rat 1 and a rat 2 we can put up here for size comparisons. So it's longer than the rat 1.
But not by much.
No, not by much. It's not by much. If any at all, y'all. Really, I mean.
Very comparable size to
the rat 1. Very comparable size, yeah. It is that. But if you guys got any questions, any questions whatsoever, man, feel free to ask them below. I'm not gonna rant on about it. I think it's a great knife. If you're in the, I'm not trying to say anything, but if I've had a lot of problems trying to find anything wrong, while I'm.
I've loved the feel of this one whenever I took it out of the box.
Right.
I was like, oh, it doesn't have the rubbery texture or the hard grippy GT
comes out of the pocket.
Like, it's smooth.
Right. And that was something I wanted to say about the 8010 as well. Like you get a lot of materials. I'm sorry, for the 8015. You get a lot of materials with the 8015 for the price too. I consider it to be a higher value coat still. But there's a lot of hot spots and and stuff like that. I mean, like I don't mind them. Like they don't bother me one bit. But there's some stuff to get used to. When you pick the knife up and you will get used to it. But like it's not the easiest in and out of the pocket. It's very grippy in hand. The scorpion lock takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah, and break in. And
yeah, like everything's got to go through the break-in period and all that stuff, and that's totally understandable. But the Code 4 come out of the box ready to go, like it was just ready to perform out of the box, ready to go. And I think it's probably my favorite.
Cold steel right now.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, I love the Formax, and I really, I'm still like. anticipating or trying to decide whether a USA model or an Italian model would be worth it to grab one up. I think it would be more of a collector thing, just to
Yeah.
keep one back for collector stuff, because the prices have gotten ridiculous on those guys. But I don't know, man. But this knife right here, it's not one of those like, oh yeah, it's super big, and makes you
Right.
feel that kind of way or anything, like it's like you got an army of steel in your pocket or anything, but it's very efficient. And I love the Tanto blade, and I'm glad I went with that. I went with that because of Corey's Camelus Beast. Got it right here. But I didn't have a Tanto. I've had Tantos in the past, but like not many, like.
And I think a lot of some of the Tantos you had were reverse Tantos too.
I've had a lot of reverse
Yeah.
Tantos, yeah, because I really like the 940. So a lot of my Tanto, like the Tanto style blades that I would have would be a reverse Tanto, but like the reverse Tantos are more like a clip point in a way, like you don't have two separate edges,
Right.
whereas on a regular Tanto you do. But man, I'm digging the knife, and I guess we're rambling at this point. So, any questions, any comments, leave them below. Made it this far, like the video. If you sat through all this, you're as deranged as me, and you deserve to subscribe. You might as well do it. And if there's a flip side, we'll catch you on it.